everybody, my name is Jenna and today I'm here with my October wrap-up and my November TBR. Can we just take a moment, please, to think about the fact that it is November? I mean, I feel like I was just sitting here a week ago filming my October TBR and saying the exact same thing about whatever month is before October. September is before October. Come on, Jenna, get your months right. Ow. Yeah, well, this video is starting off well. So basically, for October, I managed to read a total of 5 books plus 3 critique books, which was really exciting. Those 3 critique books put me in like the biggest reading slump ever. Well, not a reading slump, but I had the biggest book hangover ever after reading them. Nearly died. That's cool, you know, whatevs. So then I picked up 5 other books. I participated in 1 readathon in October, and most of the books, apart from 1, which was a university read, the rest of them were all spooky, Halloween-inspired reads. Also, can I just say I'm really happy that it's November, because from November 1st, which was yesterday, I have been able to listen to Christmas music because, in my mind at least, it is socially acceptable. All the shops have got Christmas trees out. The credit union Christmas pageant is on Saturday the 12th of November, and so for me that means that from the 1st of November I can start listening to Christmas music. I haven't really had a channel over Christmas time. I mean, I did have the YouTube channel up last Christmas, but I wasn't really posting anything. So if you don't like Christmas, maybe don't watch my videos for the next 2 months. So back to my October wrap-up. So the first book that I read in October was The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde. This book was the one that I read for university and I gave it 3 stars. I did do a full review of this book, so I will leave a link to that one in the description box below. Basically, I was a little bit disappointed with it. It had a really great premise, but it didn't really live up to that, and so I was disappointed with it up until the ending. The ending kind of saved the book for me, but still wasn't really one of my favorite reads. I then participated in the Maradaya readathon, where for the first time ever, I read The Unbecoming of Maradaya, The Evolution of Maradaya, and The Retribution of Maradaya. So I gave all 3 of these books 4 stars. I did enjoy the series a lot, I really did, but it wasn't sort of blow me away, oh my gosh, this series is amazing like everybody says that it was. I really enjoyed the first 2 books. The third book sort of was a little bit different, and I didn't enjoy the third book quite as much as I did the first 2, but I still gave it 4 stars. For me, the ending of the third book was just a little bit too drawn out, and I didn't particularly like the way it was done, but it was still a really good read, and they were fantastic reads to read in October because they were so creepy. And the last book I read in October was The Call by Peter Ogulan. This book was another 4-star rating for me. I did enjoy it. It was so different and actually really disturbing. Like, it was a fairly disturbing read. There were parts of it, I had to put this down over a weekend. I just couldn't keep reading it. I was really disturbed by some of the images that you see, especially the animals that you get in the Greyland. They were just horrible, and it was a really good book though. I did really enjoy it. The ending left a little something to be desired, and I'm really hoping there's a sequel because the way it ended, it was sort of very open-ended, and I would very much like some answers to some of those questions. So those were the 5 books that I read in October. I really enjoyed them. They were really great Halloween reads, except for The Air Affair, which I only read because I had to. I'm actually currently doing an essay on it for university, and I'm just, the more I have to research it, the more I'm hating it. But I mean, it wasn't a super bad book, so I'm glad that it wasn't one that I like absolutely detested. So for November, I am participating in NaNoWriMo, which, if you aren't aware, is National Novel Writing Month. So I will leave a link to my announcement video in the description box below if you want to see what I'm going to be doing this month in relation to that. So because of NaNoWriMo, I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to be able to get done this month. I have got 4 books on my TBR that I'm really excited for, and I really hope that I can get to them, but I haven't actually read anything yet this month. I mean, yes, okay, it's only the 2nd of the month, but still I haven't read anything yet, so I mean, we'll see what happens. So the first book I'm planning on reading in November is The Fever Code by James Dashner. This book is a prequel to The Maze Runner, but a sequel to The Kill Order. So I really enjoyed The Maze Runner and The Scorch Trials, but I wasn't super impressed with The Death Cure or The Kill Order. So I'm kind of going into this one with a little bit of trepidation? Is that the right word? Trepidation. I'm going into this one really worried, I guess. I'm sort of a bit cautious. There we go. There's the word I'm looking for. I'm going into this book very, with a bit of caution. I'm not really sure whether I'm going to enjoy it. The Fever Code actually follows Thomas, which is really awesome. So we get to see Thomas. I think we get to see some of the other Gladers as well that we came to know and love in the first book. And we sort of get to see how the maze came about and how they all ended up in the maze, which is something that they didn't answer in the Maze Runner trilogy, which was one of the things that really sort of bugged me because we never really got an answer to the maze and to why it was there. And I'm really looking forward to finding that out. So I'm really hoping that I'm not disappointed with this book, but I mean, who knows? The next 3 books that I am reading are all part of the same series. I am super, super, super excited to finally be getting around to reading this series. This series has been on my TBR for probably over 2 years now. I mean, the first one came out, I don't know when the first one came out, I think like 2011 or 12. So it's been on my shelf for a while, and I'm really looking forward to finally getting to read it. So the series that I'm going to be finally reading in November is the Infernal Devices series. I will be reading Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess, hopefully at some point this month. I really wanting to get back into the Shadowhunter Chronicles. Like, I've been seeing all the promos for season 2 of Shadowhunters on Freeform, and that show just makes me want to read these books. So I'm planning on reading these, rereading Mortal Instruments, because I was talking to Casey over on Books K last night, and I remember pretty much nothing that happens in the last 3 books of the Mortal Instruments series. So I figured I should probably get around to rereading those, reading these, and at some point I guess I should read Lady Midnight, because that came out this year and I still haven't read it. I am really behind on all my Shadowhunter reading, but there's lots of them, and I'm sorry, but looking at these books now, this one's actually making me worry. How many pages is this? It's many pages. Oh god. So if you aren't aware, the Infernal Devices follows Tessa Gray and someone called Will Herondale. Maybe there's is there another person? No, maybe. I know nothing about this series. All I know is that it's a prequel to the Mortal Instruments, and everyone's obsessed with Will Herondale. They all say that he's great, but I have no idea who that is. I'm assuming he has some sort of relation to Jace. I think that happened in the Mortal Instruments. Did that happen in the Mortal Instruments? Oh my god, I need to reread these books. So there you go. This video got a little bit away from me because I found out very quickly that I know absolutely nothing about the Infernal Devices or the Mortal Instruments or that series in general. I have read them. I have read the Mortal Instruments books. Just the last time I remember reading them was 2014. Oh my god, that was 2 years ago. Damn. Thank you for watching this really random wrap up and TBR. I think this is the most brain mushed together. I have been writing a novel and an essay at the same time, and my brain is just like mush right now. So this is what happens in November. It's like devil month. Let me know in the comment section below if you have read any of the books that I read in October, or if you have read any of the books I'm planning on reading in November. Please let me know what you think, especially let me know what you think about the Infernal Devices, because I'm super excited to finally be picking those ones up. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.